So the first digital tool that I recommend is Storybird.com. So Storybird.com is a website where, educators are able to have their students, create and write stories and could create illustrations and then afterwards, publish what they wrote. This is also a good resource for educators because it offers a variety of tools for them, how-to guides, classroom management, additional resources as well. So a pro of this website is that educators are able to have their students, write specific poems, publish picture books, write, create comic. So yeah, basically, students are able to navigate, their area. For example, here, if they wanted to create a poem on a reading that they have read in class, they could go ahead and just, create their poem through adding a title and adding wordings, as well as, their comics and etc. Whatever is, more uh, relatable to what they are learning in the classroom. So yeah, I totally recommend uh, this resource as it is a great one. Educators are also able to create their own class and they are able to have students join their class via a code. That way work can be shared as well. Yeah, that was one of the cons. I mean, that was one of the pros. I'm sorry. And one of the cons could be, the navigation of this website. So students are going to, possibly need a how-to guide on how to navigate this website. It might be time consuming. So, considering the amount of time that students spend on that is wise. But yeah, thank you. The second digital tool that I recommend is Quizzes.com. So Quizzes.com is a great resource for teachers and for students to use. So here teachers are able to create their own engaging lessons for students in a fun way that is portrayed almost as if it were a game. So right here, teachers are able to create their own material as well as explore different materials and adapt their lessons in different ways. So yeah, it's very useful. And a pro of this website is that students will be engaged because they get to, view a fun and live quiz, but also, quiz or lesson, but also have that opportunity of engaging in a independent, self-paced lesson. So for example, let me go ahead and push play on this one. It offers a fun game feeling. Um, Students navigate the lesson versus song. For example, this What is the author's purpose? A script for a TV show about a detective who can read the minds of farm animals. This would obviously be to entertain. So if students click it, they get a correct answer and it enters like in a Jeopardy mode. It's like a fun game for students. So I recommend this. Students are also able to get competitive. And going back here now, so a con of this website would be, the competitiveness that can occur in a classroom, also the exposure of different levels of students, as the website does show several names of students as they are playing the quiz, and it shows, you know, the highest scoring students as well as the lowest score students. So that could be a con in the classroom because, you know, students' scores will be out there for everyone to view. So just, you know, being aware of that is important, as you don't want students to feel singled out if they are not earning a good score. It could also be time consuming for educators to create a lesson, since, you know, it could be somewhat complex to navigate the website and create material. Also, a premium a premium account also offers way more. So the regular account is, you know, limited. But yeah, this is quizzes.com. Good resource to use. So this is .storming.com, the third digital, you know, resource that I recommend for educators to use. Here is a platform where, you know, you are able to create a voting board, a wall of, you know, like notes, digital like post-it notes, a digital collage for classroom discussions. So here's an example of one, and this is how it looks like. So you're able to share the link of your workspace so students can post on here. And this is very useful to use because a con is that, you know, you are able to have students collaborate digitally together. So it would work very well if you are planning to group students together, put them in pairs, and you want to have them not only collaborate digitally, but you are also able to view their discussion, keep track of their discussion, make sure everything is running smoothly, as well as encourage a whole class discussion through this digital website. It also works for the voting board, so you're also able to get, you know, feedback on different areas. However, a con of this website would be, you know, the lack of collaboration, you know, not students not having that motivation to use this website, specifically because, you know, there's not many visuals other than the graphics. So some students might find it a bit boring, especially because it's mostly, you know, focused on writing. But yeah, this is .storming.com. So this website is lookit.com. Right now I have the dashboard on, but it is lookit.com. So lookit.com is a digital resource that educators can use to share their lessons in very cool ways. And also, you know, just gamifying a lesson. And right here, you know, you are able to create as a educator your lesson. You can discover different lessons, save them, you know, have history, also have the data of students, which is extremely important. And here is one, for example, you are able to either host the game, for students to play it solo or assign it as homework. I am going to go ahead and, you know, just play it so you can see, but you are offered different game modes and you get to, you know, choose which one you want your students to play. This one, however, I'm just going to put cafe just so you can see. So you start your game, and everything is gamified. So whatever you decide to choose, Lookit gamifies it for you without you even having to gamify it. So all you do is add your your lessons or your quiz that you want students to complete, and you know, they just go ahead and they play the game and have fun with the lesson, which is a con of this specific website. The engagement that students will get. They practice certain skills through playing a game. A con can be, students, just wanting to guess just to get to the game part. Another con can also be the data that shows as well, where every single name of each student is mentioned. But Blooket.com is a great resource to use in the classroom. The last digital tool that I recommend is Prezi.com. So Prezi.com is a platform that serves as a good resource for educators and can also serve as a good resource for students to just navigate different presentations based on topics that they would be looking for. So if you go to presentations, you're able to choose whatever topics. For example, here's one of Vitos, Pathos, and Logos. You click on it and you're able to get information that was created by different users. However, teachers can also use this platform to have students create their very own presentations or infographics, as well as videos. Or as an educator, if you are looking for a cool and engaging way to teach students, different lessons that other than using, regular PowerPoint, then Prezi would be a very cool resource to use, as it is very it is very appealing visually. So yeah, Prezi is a great resource. A con of this is that you are also able to have students create different material on it, and they would enjoy it. It's fun. Like I said, it's different than PowerPoint itself. They're able to create various things on Prezi. So I recommend it. It has different styles that would fit, just like the needs of various students. A con of this would be, students wanting to adapt and copy other presentations that are already here. So if you as an educator are going to be presenting Prezi to your students, you need to make sure that they are not plagiarizing any of the work that is on Prezi, and that they are giving credit to any presentation that they do end up using from this specific website. So yeah, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found all of these different digital resources useful.